I'm going to talk about my daughter, Rachel Cooperstein, and her pretty special world. When we were expecting Rachel, we did what all parents do. We fantasized about our perfect future. We got excited. We bought things. We were pretty sure we were mentally and physically prepared with everything we needed. And then Rachel showed up. She was 6 weeks early, and she was 5.5 pounds. She was taken immediately to the neonatal intensive care unit where the doctors spotted signs of trisomy 21, Down syndrome. And so our big day turned into an especially difficult day. We had to make a lot of tough phone calls, and it was kind of challenging. And Rachel was our joy, and she did things. At first, it seemed like she was keeping up. She rolled over at 6 weeks. She's sort of starting to crawl, but things sort of slowed down. Took her longer to talk and walk. In about 2.5 years, she started walking. And that was just about the time that her brother Jared showed up. And at first he caught up pretty quick, actually, in size, and we took him around in a double stroller and thought they were twins for a long time. But by the time they were ready to graduate high school, he was a lot bigger. He got a lot bigger, and he's her protector and her hero. And he's been there for all the big moments, as you'll see. And so we wondered, for Rachel, how would she see herself? How, would she have goals and dreams and talents, and who would she become? Would she have opportunities, or would she be in sort of some separate world? We didn't know. And then Rachel started to show us the things that she liked. She loved singing and dancing, memorizing dance moves, and she would do this for hours. First to Barney, before she could even talk. Then when she could walk, she danced, and then it was musicals, Sound of Music, Mariah Carey. It was like a performing arts school, and she does it to this day. She worked hard. Remy indulged her by turning her birthdays into absolute, complete musical productions, and Rachel would perform. We sold tickets to family members would get tickets, and people would show up. And you can see she would sing and act out everything. In fact, she's acting out the climactic kiss in it right there. This is 6 years old. She also has an amazing sense of humor. One time she was going home from school with her brother, and he was sharing his day, and she was in the rear seat, and Rachel said, "Don't worry, Jared, I got your back. I'm right behind you." One time I told her I loved her, and she told me, "Dad, you need to get out more." And she's also quite a philosopher. She muses on human emotions like nobody's business. Her emotional intelligence is off the charts. And she says things like, be yourself, don't be other people. And she says these little Zen-like things. And so Remy started recording those along with these stories and put them into a website so that her worldview could get out there. You can see another one of her tips right there. There's videos and there's all kinds of things there. And it's been a great way for Rachel to share things. She publishes these tips on Facebook and on Twitter. She got involved with Special Olympics, which was great. She loved competing, and it certainly was good. But it is Special Olympics. It is separate. And it isn't the thing that Rachel loves to do, which is perform. And Rachel gets along with everybody. So in some ways, Special Olympics was great. In some ways, Reedy and I were looking for something that was more to her liking. And a lot of dance schools wouldn't actually accept her. They couldn't accommodate her. And then a new cheerleading head coach showed up who had an inclusive policy, and Rachel tried out. They were stunned by how well Rachel did, how much spirit she had, and she made the varsity squad. And she actually became a very, very important member of the varsity squad. Attended all the practices, memorized all the dances, was at the pep rallies and all the games. And every game they would feature Rachel in some way, and a lot of times it was with what they call Rachel cheer, because Rachel liked to improvise cheers. And they would circle around her and they'd say, "Go Rachel, go Rachel," and then Rachel would do a cheer. And Rachel loved it, and the crowd ate it up. They loved it. We were already overjoyed with all this, and then it turned out that Rachel got nominated for Homecoming Queen. She's one of the Homecoming Princesses. And pretty soon, the newspapers were starting to pick up the story and write about it. She was in the homecoming parade here, and later that night at the Friday night game, they announced the winners at halftime. And she had to open up a box of roses, and she had the red rose that said that she was the winner. And her reaction is just so amazing. There's video of it on YouTube, and it's so incredible. This was filmed by CBS News that did a live feed from the stadium there. There's a lot of press coverage, actually. That video from CBS News went viral, got shared a lot. This is a full-page feature story in Women's World, and there was a story on ESPNW, the website, that was one of their highest shared stories for that new website. And so Rachel's message started to get out there because her tips are in these stories, and people started writing her. The Harvard Crimson head coach for the women's crew team said that she was so impressed she was going to read Rachel's tips before their championship game to tell her crew members to row hard, pull, and never give up. And many other people who said that Rachel completely changed their worldview by seeing how she handled it. She was also asked, this is all around the same time, she was asked to speak at her baccalaureate during graduation ceremony week, and as the inspirational speaker, along with other class leaders. And Rachel gave a rousing talk, got a standing ovation, and her brother Jared, who was there at the homecoming and here again, helped her on stage. She was very, very funny. She graduated along with her friends, and here she is making the 11 for class of 2011. Very, very cute. And she did it her way. Instead of being in a separate special class, she brought her special worldview to the school, and she made it better. And now Rachel is thinking about her future. And she wants to do a book of her special tips, which are now about 150 of them. She wants to be a singer and an actress and a dancer on television. She loves Glee. And I will leave you with one of her tips, and that she wrote fairly recently. It is, be epic, be huge in your heart. It could change your life and your future. Thanks.
Would you like to come up, Rachel? We hadn't planned this at all, but you know, she's in the audience. She's pretty good with a mic, isn't she? It's in the G. Thank you so much for letting your dad come and talk to us this evening.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for our audience?
I think so.
Okay.
Hi guys. My name is Pecha Kucha San Jose. Let's see. Well, I want to thank my mom and my daddy. Before I met them before, and I really love them so much. And before I know my mom has 2 years, I really love her, and we're friends. Like a girl as a friend, not the representative thing, so I like my daddy. Sorry, I'm nervous there. Okay. I like my dad. He's really good friend, and I want to thank to Jared before I met Jared, and Jared could treat me so well, and sometimes me and Jared have fights sometimes, you know, stuff like that. So Ashley, I'm really proud I'm homecoming queen and have a new wish. So, thank you for everything to be have. And, I want to thank you so much. And I was so thankful to have a best family before I became born, before I came Down syndrome, why I call it up syndrome. But I just want to say thank you so much. And before the day I was born because his name was so special. Thank you guys. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, follow that, Goodson. So, we're going to take a break, but before we do that, I'm going to tease the next presenter by showing you last year's Lip Synco, which is a competition. I'm not going to bring Michael up because that kind of breaks the wall. He should be on the stage. But it's a lip sync competition, invitational, private event. And this was the winning entry from last year. And this thing, I'm sorry to only show this to you once, because I've seen it probably 30, maybe 40 times now. As my wife will attest, she hears me listening, I see something new in this video every time I watch it. So, give me just a second, I'll bring it right up.